Hey everyone, today we're going to dive into something that has gotten a lot of traction in the past few years in cinema, and that is the post-credit scene. It's become a mainstay in a lot of TVs and movies because of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I don't think that's an entirely good thing, especially since I don't feel like most of them these days are well executed. And you and I, we could see the clear upside in it, which is that hundreds of the crew who worked on a movie are getting recognized by millions of people who watch it, which is really great because it's usually solely the actors and the director. But today we're going to get into how they are sort of cringe experience nowadays. And we'll start off with our first example, which is a surprise cameo. There are some instances of this working really great, such as Thanos in the first Avengers movie or Tails in the first Sonic, but it gets into some pretty weird territory when no one knows who the dang character is. I want to use Star Fox from the Eternals as an example because, I mean, sure, you know who he is if you're a Marvel Comics fan, but I mean, the average person just saw some dude show up on screen and say, oh, that's Harry Styles. Charlize Theron also showed up in Doctor Strange 2. I'm gonna be honest, I had no clue who that was. 90% of the time, these are very corny and played out. But I mean, I guess people like someone showing up in a silicone costume on screen and to clap at them. But it gets to the point where it's like when there's no post-credit scene in a movie, it's like almost an expectation from the audience nowadays. Like in a movie like The Batman, no post-credit scene, Endgame, there's no post-credit scene. You'll just hear people like groaning, and it's just this like entitlement. Like, okay, you paid to watch a 2-hour movie. Like, what would you get from a few minutes of, oh, Scarecrow from the Batman shows up, or ooh, Galactus or Silver Surfer or some crap like that. I mean, maybe I'd get that if the movie is a bit unsatisfactory, but I mean for Endgame, which is at least a good movie, and the Batman, which is amazing. I mean, like what else would you expect? Like it doesn't accomplish anything. It's just to clap at someone who's on the screen. Like these are already great movies, and just doing that would prolong the movie for no reason when it doesn't need to. The second one is the fake out death or the they're alive reveal at the end of a movie. This is also an unfortunate movie trope, but some recent examples I could think of this are White Vision from WandaVision, which this was actually a post-credit scene where they did revealing, so I'm counting him. And plus, we all know that he's gonna show up and be regular Vision again. And then my other example is Cobb Vanth from Boba Fett and Peacemaker from the Suicide Squad. This one is just really sad, honestly. I mean, I hate this one more than the character cameos by far because it just removes the stakes from the story. I finished the movie, I'm like, oh, okay, that was a movie. It had very high stakes, my heart was pumping. And then you get to the post credit scene and it shows he's alive. Either that or you already know they're going to make it out because they revealed a Peacemaker series uh, when the movie was still out, which is pretty awkward. For all of these characters, I mean, I don't hate these specific characters, but I'm just saying that because they were at least a bit likable, it made their deaths kind of had a lasting impact in the movie. Like, dang, stuff just got real. But then when they reverse it, you obviously know they're not going to die again, and it just kind of makes the stakes so cheap for whenever they show up in the next time. So, what makes a great post-credit scene? I would say that it's something that rewards the audience member, but it doesn't feel cheap and it sort of fits in with the movie's tone. For example, one great one that I saw recently was in Doctor Strange. So, one good post credit scene and one kind of cringe one, which is the Pizza Papa post credit scene. It was a funny callback to a great joke in the movie, and I felt rewarded by at the end of the movie. I laughed, it was good. Also, another one, this is a different type of one, it's the plot revelation one, but it's Ant-Man and the Wasp's post-credit scene. That one was incredible to see because they don't really explicitly say when the movie takes place, but when you see that they get everyone around Ant-Man gets dusted, it just rewards you sort of for watching all the movies. And it does a nice way of setting up things for Endgame. I feel like that was done and executed very well. So if there's a neat idea for a post-credit scene that they could incorporate into a fluid way in the movie, because I feel like most of these post-credit scenes were probably just scrap scenes, or they had no idea how to introduce a character, or say that a character was alive all this time, and they just turn into a little post-credit scene and they just throw it away at the end. I just hope the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer playing during No Way Home is not the path forward for the future post-credit scenes, because that was just an insult to our intelligence, because they just blatantly played a trailer and not even have like a unique scene for a sequel tease. But I still think that there are fresh and creative ideas to incorporate one. Like Guardians of the Galaxy had 5 of them, but I feel like, they're pretty neat and worthwhile. So if they go down that path, I think we're going to be alright with this. Let me know how y'all feel about post-credit scenes of movies. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll see you all next upload. Bye.